Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Physician in the Kitchen. I'm your host, Dr. Monique, the plant-based board-certified physician you know as the Physician in the Kitchen. My mission is to fix America's health one plate at a time, and I do that by helping people discover, cook, and eat delicious plant-based foods. If you've watched my channel for any length of time, you know that I like to take traditional or family recipes and veganize them. Well, today I'm going to peel back the curtain and let you see my gluten-free cornbread recipe. This is a version of my grandmother's recipe, which was handed down to my mother, and I just tweaked it. Now, if you have my book, Doc Fix My Plate, The Physician in the Kitchen's Prescriptions for Your Healthy Meal Makeover, this is actually a different recipe from what's in the book. During the holiday season, I hosted a party and I had some guests that were gluten-free. Well, I had made chili and I wanted to have cornbread to go with the chili because, hello, like peanut butter and jelly, those two just go together. So I came up with this gluten-free recipe that has become my new favorite way to make cornbread. Now, admittedly, it is a few extra steps compared to the traditional way, but I think it's worth it. And it has become my dad's favorite recipe, bumping my mom's cornbread out of the way. So take that as you will. But before we get into that, be sure to do all the things. Click like, hit subscribe, share, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on any of our plant-powered content. So the secret ingredient in this gluten-free cornbread is actually polenta. So we are going to be cooking a little bit of polenta and then folding that into our cornbread base, our cornbread mix. And when I tell you it has the same delicious and perfect texture that traditional cornbread has, you just have to make it and try for yourself, but I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. So enough of that talking. Let's get to cooking. All right, the ingredients for our gluten-free polenta cornbread are veggie stock, polenta or yellow corn grits, some salt, melted plant butter, apple cider vinegar, apple sauce, cornstarch, cornmeal, turmeric and salt, sugar, baking soda, and baking powder. So let's go ahead and make our buttermilk by adding the apple cider vinegar to our plant milk and let that curdle. And we'll give that a quick stir. See how easy it is to make buttermilk at home? Okay, now this is a step that adds a little time to the process, but again, I think it's worth it. So we are going to cook these grits. We're going to cook this polenta. If you've seen polenta on the menu at fancy restaurants, particularly maybe Italian restaurants, it's just grits. And we are going to hydrate and cook these grits because we're going to then fold them into our batter. So I go ahead and add everything together and bring this to a boil and add in some salt. Let's give this a whisk. And you're basically just going to cook these grits until they are not, I call it toothy. You don't want them to be crunchy because remember that texture is going to carry over to your cornbread. So you want it to be just tender, just the right amount of bite. We're going to give this a stir, let this come to a boil, and check back on it. All right, a few more minutes to be ready to go. And this, we're doing this, of course, you don't want any lumpy grits. So just like you would cook your grits, you don't want any lumps. Same thing as our base for our cornbread. It's about to come to a boil. Give it another stir so they're starting to thicken up. So this is a step you could actually do beforehand. If you're meal prepping, batch cooking, throw a pot of polenta on the stove and go ahead and cook it. And then when you're ready to make your cornbread, you've got it ready to go. So like I said, it is extra work, but I think it's worth it. Just like anything else in life that's worth having, you gotta work for it. All right, it is time to bring this down to a simmer and put a lid on it. Let it go for about 5 minutes, and then we'll check, make sure it is the non-gritty, non-toothy texture that we want. All right, it's time to check the texture of our polenta. It feels nice and creamy, so let's make sure how it feels. I think it can use just a little bit more liquid, so I'm going to do that and let it cook a little longer. Okay, it's about a quarter cup of water. Let's go ahead and fold that in and let it go for just a few more minutes. So remember how I say a recipe is just a really easy checklist of ingredients to prepare and eat? Please trust your instincts and go with that. So the recipe calls for about 2 cups of polenta and about 4 cups of liquid, but needed a little bit more. So don't be afraid. to trust your gut, particularly in the kitchen, because you can't trust your gut in the kitchen. I mean, were you even in the kitchen? I don't know. Yeah, that's looking better. So we'll let that go for another couple of minutes. All right, so while our polenta is cooking, we're going to go ahead and mix together our dry ingredients. And I like to do it with my sifter here so I can make sure everything is well combined. So this is our cornstarch, our cornmeal, baking powder, baking soda, and we're adding some turmeric so it'll be that beautiful golden color that we know and love cornbread for, and some sugar. And we're just going to press this through, make sure everything is well combined. Okay, and I like to do this step because it prevents me from biting into a clump of like baking soda, or baking powder, which is not delicious. So that's why I took the extra step of sifting. Okay. All right, the polenta is done, and we're going to just let it cool a little bit while we work with our other ingredients. All right, so we've got our homemade buttermilk, a little bit of curdle in there. We've got our applesauce, which is acting as our egg replacement to give it a little moisture as well. And some butter. Let's whisk this all together. All right, next we're going to add our cooled polenta into this mix. To be honest with you, I don't let it cool that long because there's nothing in here that, it's not like we're adding it to an egg. If we were using an egg, definitely would want to let that cool down more. But we just, made this with liquid, so we're good to go ahead and just fold it in. Mix that all together. Let's switch over to a wooden spoon. Get all that polenta out of the pot. No polenta left behind. Okay. Let's give this a stir. We want to make it as smooth as we can. Then we'll fold in our dry ingredients and let the whole thing hydrate for about 10 minutes. So again, a few extra steps, a little longer prep time. But y'all, to know that my daddy loves this cornbread, it's all worth it for me. And we can use that 10 minutes to be doing something else like prepping our pans and preheating our oven. So all good. And now let's go ahead and fold in our dry ingredients. Get it all in there. So see how this looks like cornbread mix, right? So if you think yours is a little too thick, you can always, add a little bit of, if you think it's too thick, add a little more plant milk or veggie stock. I try not to use water. You can always use water, but when you want to add flavor, add, plant-based milk or broth, depending on what you're working with. So if your batter's too thick, loosen it up with a little bit of veggie stock or plant-based milk. If it's too loose, you're gonna just let it rest a little longer. But I think this is gonna be fine. All right, let's give it a quick taste. That is delicious. I think it's just the right amount of sweetness. I know my dad, he likes his a little sweeter. So we add a little bit more sugar. But this is not like what that comes in the box. It's still less sugar than what you get in the commercially prepared mixes. And hey, if you're watching your sugar and trying to cut back, just eliminate the sugar altogether. But this looks good. All right, so now we're going to let this sit for about 10 minutes to hydrate, and then we are going to put it in the oven. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes, and we are going to go ahead and put our cornmeal mix into our prepared muffin pan. I'm using an ice cream scoop to keep it from getting messy. Switch the camera so you guys can see what I'm doing since I'm a righty. And we're filling them not quite all the way full, about maybe 3/4 of the way, because they're going to rise a little bit. All right, and let's give it a, there we go, even things out. Add a little more to this one, a little more to this one. All right, let's go ahead and pop this in our preheated oven at 425. And we're going to bake them for about 25 minutes. All right, everybody, it's time for my favorite part of every show, and that's the tasting. So here are our finished muffins. They've got a little bit of a tinge to them. That's from that extra turmeric that we put in there. So if you don't want them this color yellow, you can just leave that out. Also, too, there's a little bit probably of a chemical reaction between the baking soda and the apple cider vinegar. So that's probably affecting the final color as well. But fret not, it is still perfectly fine to eat if yours come out this way. And they are nice and moist and it's not crumbly. You see that great, perfect cornbread texture. Let's give it a taste. Mmm, this is delicious. Not too sweet. Perfect for using with chili or anywhere you use cornbread, greens, you name it. Or if you want to have some in the morning for breakfast with a little bit of jelly on the side, you name it. So when I make this recipe, I always have to double because, like I said, my dad's going to already put in his order. So I'm going to go box these up and get them ready to take over to my dad. But if you guys make this recipe, please, please, please be sure to tag me at Physician in the Kitchen. And if you like this video, do all the things, share, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell because you don't want to miss out on any of these cool plant-based recipes. Until next time, I am Dr. Monique telling you to keep it 100. Plant-based, that is. Eat well.